country. I football be medicine head.
No.
Yeah, we told Ellen to yesterday because she's from Harvard University.
Yeah.
What would the book do for you? No passion for development. Then Umo Joshua will put the meanest man in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not me.
Connections there, you not get it. Yeah.
You have no connection.
Yeah. Just say that doma all kind of things that just happen here. You know, I'm sure no he no tea.
When he was 12 years older Ellen. Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing her thing on her own. She was traveling from country to country and kept a man in a garage for 12 years, according to Boyka himself.
Yes, yes.
That means he was not empowered to meet any leader. When the African leader themselves need support from the West.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All African leaders need support from the West.
Yeah.
No African leader will help another African leader with money for development.
Yeah.
In the West. As God show you his wonder, you're not believing. We told Joshua for what? You're not footballer.
Yeah.
A football developed country. A football be medicine head.
No.
Yeah, we told Ellen to yesterday because she's from Harvard University.
Yeah.
What would the book do for you? No passion for development. Then Umo Joshua will put the meanest man in the whole world.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not me.
Connections there, you not get it. Yeah.
You have no connection.
Yeah. Just say that doma all kind of things that just happen here. You know, I'm sure no he no tea.
When he was 12 years older Ellen. Ellen did not want him to become president. So Ellen did not introduce him to many leaders. Ellen was doing her thing on her own. She was traveling from country to country and kept a man in a garage for 12 years, according to Boyka himself.
Yes, yes.
That means he was not empowered to meet any leader. When the African leader themselves need support from the West.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All African leaders need support from the West.
Yeah.
No African leader will help another African leader with money for development.
Yeah.
In the West.
You were here when we have sent paper. And you were here with our own leadership. And we sent a report with all documents, legal documents, to guide where. Then Baka benefited from the 2010 decision by the Supreme Court to be involved in the election in 2011 because he was not wrong with them.
You're right.
He benefited.
You're right.
Then after serving our government for 12 years now, he's now president now. We finished campaign for that kind of old man, and he wants to persecute us. He's not going to persecute us. So what is going on with Kun? Then Kun said, well, what I will do for you is to help you with lawyer. Get 5,000, go look for lawyer. So from Kun offered, my own son offered that I went and signed a resolution. I have many seconds why you all did this. You know what they told me?
No.
Resolution is not a law. So starting the resolution, I mean, we agree. Bring it now. When Baka send a bill, they will not put all the law they put in now and back it.
Oh, okay. That was a smart move.
I said correct move.
Nigeria is in trouble.
Correct move.
But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's said to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the vehicle like this. They don't know where they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, Syphilis, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that Dr. Ware is too much for Liberia. That is the man who have brought Transformation, total transformation to Liberia. That is a man who will have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he will have done it in second term. They don't understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. Liberia will be zero in sports. Zero. In sports? Zero. Oh yeah, go to Nations Cup now. Go to Nations Cup. Let's see. Let me see Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup. I'll give $500,000. If you qualify for Nations Cup, I'll give your national team $500,000. I promise. Your national score, your experience in Liberia now. If you don't know, in 2 years' time, Liberia will be worse. Will be one of the worstest country in the whole world. What I mean, worstest country in the whole world. If the Liberia will not protest against this government, tell me there is no God. If Liberia will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and said, we don't want you again, leave, resign, tell me there is no God, I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right? The hardship, you have not seen that hardship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have never experienced. Liberia will drink dirty water, and they will be thanking God for drinking. That is the kind of president you have. This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template. He doesn't have any roadmap for the nation. They just force him there. It was rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. Was forced to be president. So, and the people who connive to do all of this and put him there, right? US.
You mean US, the United States?
United States. They are involved in this election. I am telling you, not politically, I am telling you spiritually what I foresaw. It was rigged. Totally rigged. And now they have seen it, that this person does not know anything. This person cannot help the nation. This person cannot put the nation right.
Liberia, like I said, is one of the best countries in the world, whether you believe it or not. You understand? Yeah, it's a small country. It's one of the best countries. You know, we are very good people. And then I think what we should strive for is for our country to survive. You know, and that's why we promote peace in our country. You know, for so many years we've been promoting peace. And people that brought war still continue to have the face idea of discrimination. This is wrong, and we will not sit as citizens of this country. I was in opposition before. I faced thing before, and then of course I'm in opposition.
No time, and of course no time to waste nowadays, especially where Liberia is. So let me say hands up to all of you wherever you are, and welcome to the program and Face the Issues on Kings 88.5 FM. And we are here together to do what we think we normally would do for our country. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. So with God, all things are possible. On the program Face the Issues, we don't discuss personalities, nope, but issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't in any way hesitate, but rather we tear you apart. And we've always said that unapologetically. We always said that. And because of the pain that we attend tearing you apart, yeah, we are all human. We have feelings. We know that somebody will feel pain along the way. So we just tell you sorry. But many times you will say, I'm telling you sorry because I regret. No, I don't regret it. No, I'm just telling you sorry because we are all humans. We have pain. So that's what we face on a daily basis. So let me say, what's up to all of you, wherever you are. We're not going to waste time, and so we are here together. Pick up your phone and your MTN phone, if you have that, your Lone Star Cell MTN phone. You can pick that up, and when you pick that up, then just dial the quote so that we start making some money for the information we provide here. And I think we will certainly get there. So we can certainly get there together, and with God, all things are possible. And that's why we are not going to waste time, especially with everything we do. We are not going to waste time nowadays. We kick it off, and sooner the better, and so that we get going. Let me say, what's up to all of our fantastic students who always come to class very early. Nowadays, you will get the best. So we really pray for you, and we wish you all of the best in all that you will do. And we are working together for the good of our country. Thank you so much. Hi, it's Liberia with you. And we think, I hope everything is okay. When I mean everything is okay, I know how the country is as we speak. I know things are not fine. I passed by a little girl selling, I don't know, cinema or something like that in the jog. I just eavesdropped her conversation with a blonde lady, or visually impaired, let me put it that way. A visually impaired lady. And she was saying it in low tone as though that's what it is. But she was like saying, we were telling you, that little child, I think from her look, she could be in the neighborhood of maybe 12, 13. Yeah, something like that. She said, we're telling you to read George Weah, there, you see what's happening now. And she was like saying it, and I just passed by. And that's the story everywhere. That is the story everywhere. That is the story everywhere. And we are just hopeful that things will improve. We're just hopeful that things will improve. Just yesterday, I was listening to the news. I told you to take your phone, right? And I told you to play the cash giveaway. I'm about to do some drugs. That 20,000 I'm giving out. So I will soon be doing drugs. Before I can go deeper into the topic tonight, we just gone 14 minutes. So before I reach at 8:30, I'm doing draw, and I will call somebody else at 8:30. So you just know exactly. It's just 8:15. So at 8:30, I'll be calling somebody up. Yeah, but I'm talking about the star 799 star 100 hash. That's the code. Star 799 star 100 hash. That's the code. You just need to get 200 LD in your phone. Then you play. You can play even one time, you win. You can play 2 times, you still stand a chance of winning. We can only be telling you the more you play, the better your chances of winning. And it's obvious that when you play more, you get higher chance. The person who play one, nobody said they didn't get higher chance or lower chance, but they may not be guaranteed a higher chance as compared to somebody who play more than you. So like all of us here, we're going to school. I get 3 degrees, you get 1 degree. It means that you will not get better job and you will not be richer than me. Not because I get 3 degrees or I will be richer than you. No. It is possible you can get out your 1 degree there, you get a good job, and you are richer than me, and I get my 3 degrees, I passing around with it. But you know the chances of us getting job, I stand a better chance because you only get one place. So if the other door closed, I able to open the other door. So my chances of getting job is higher than yours. It doesn't mean that you can be wealthier than me. So you just understand those life scenarios when we are talking these things, right? And so that's what it is. Thank you. So like I was saying, you know, those kids, the chat was telling a visually impaired mom, and this is what we were saying. So you see, that is why most of the children are telling their parents now. We told you people, some of us never had the right to vote. We never reached the legitimate age to vote. All we're trusting you is that please do this for us. Children could be practically begging their parents, saying, beg you. Please, what do you know about we are? What do you know about the children? They never had any voting rights. They have not reached the age to vote. Yeah. They are not legitimate, or they have not reached the ripeness to vote. So That's what it is. But again, they were pleading with those of you who had our rights. There is a man who beg you. This is what we want. This is a man that what God was speaking through these children to talk to you. Stay. They were stubborn. They were insulting and slapping and what do you know? I mean, they were sitting down the whole day passing oil around. That's why you people used to be telling the children. They never had a right to vote. So you see what was happening? They were begging you. I say, or chat. In the neighborhood of 12, so you know that she must have been around 9, 10 when the election was held in 2023. She's there telling that visually impaired ladies who were telling you. So that means some of the even visually impaired people, they too were also, she was saying it in a low tone, you know, as though she afraid to say it, but she could just say it. She couldn't hide it. It appears like it's even her mom. She was saying, we're telling you, say, Lee George, we are there. You'll never listen. Yeah, that was the conversation I eavesdropped. And then I had to pass by. But again, that's life. Sometimes people will talk to people, people may not listen. But again, we got to change our society to what it is. Again, for me, I never blame people, especially for what's happening. I knew that it's not that the president is very terrible and bad off here and there. No, it's not to that level. But the fact of the matter is, the president is of age. And if people of real strength can be bundled out of their own presidency by their surroundings and so forth here and there, what more about him? Especially if you study his history, you could tell clearly. And look at the people around him. They are not even helping to make him. They agree that the president even chooses to be bad or he's a terrible man by himself. What are those around him making him to be, so that they too can say, look, this thing is not about him, it's about us. We got future. What are they doing? Nothing. They are playing into it. They are taking advantage of that. And so everyone else, they don't care. So it's a free-fall government. Free-fall. Anything anybody wants to do, you do it. It doesn't matter what it is. Keep playing your cash giveaway. Star 799 star 100 hash. Abraham Collier, I hope you got that. Right? Yeah, free fall. Look at what happened today at my former station. The young man has a relationship with the president. What's the big deal about that? Is it injurious to your protocol? No. Okay, the president has said, okay, I will have an appearance. This young man contacts you. I said, no, why it is true that the president must get his relationship? And then the president and myself, we are friends. I'm talking about Oni Roberts now. The president and myself, we are friends. And there are people who just take on to people. It doesn't matter. Everyone has got to have their friends and people they trust, they want to talk with. So if that person were to say, oh, the president, so you could only guard the process instead of obstructing the process. Do you know how many times former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf sat on private radio, Truth FM, let me not put it anywhere else, Truth FM, when we were there? It is obvious that people would like to fend around people they trust. And you know the issue about the presidency, you can't just go roast yourself because you think you're president or whatever, you just roast yourself anywhere. No, you don't do that. Especially there will be a special kind of way. You're not going to open doors where people can't just tell the president anything they want to tell you to humiliate him. That's not how it works. At press conferences, where the president comes up and says, today is press conference, I want to engage the press, then he opens the door to it. Say, you ask me anything. The president himself will tell you, say, that one is open. That one. But where the president is invited, there are specific line of issues that you're going to allow, except that the president will say, and I understand that this was an arranged interview that's supposed to be conducted. That's supposed to have been conducted. And the young man got the communication. He did not leave out those concerned. Link up with Jeremy like Pierre Kola Fofana. They saw it as an affront. Why it didn't pass through them? Just this morning, Mo Ali, the rest of them, they had to have a big meeting at ELBC. Musa Berete may have had all the issues, But he doesn't care, especially when it comes to the kind of thing that you say will give credit to Musa Bility. Look at the kind of naivety. That's being naive. Even if the vice president, Jeremiah Kun, will allow anybody put that into his head and thinking that by doing that, it will be able to lend credence to Musa Bility, where does that come from? The young man there is sitting out right there using a very Musa Bility platform and promoting your very government. Oh, you don't see that as a problem. And Musa Bility allows it. Musa Bility does not have any problem with a young man being a friend to the president. Musa Bility allows it. Musa Bility may have all the differences with people, but he does not cut that off. But a young man, sitting right there and then doing business with the president and talking to him, what's the big deal? You people who have just gathered the process because initiates there, like normally it will happen, especially when President I will just get to his political people, so now Pepsi then, and I'll tell you, say Kalasco, and I'll say, oh, the president's supposed to be what do we do? They all will sit down and then it just got the process. It's not with ill intent. It's not with ill intent. Look, I don't know what is it. So you just say, oh, in fact, before we could even have the interview in Ghana, the president must say, I had the conversation. And he said, oh, yeah, AB, yeah, when you come in Ghana, we'll have that interview. And I had to talk to Pepsi because he was the closest man who was the lieutenant of the president right there at the time. I talked to Kalasco. I talked to Nora Finabono. Let me say happy pre-birthday to Nora Finabono. She'll be celebrating on Natal Day. And I think there's a match that is going to be playing in honor of Hot on tomorrow. And let me say what's up to you, mentioning the rescue mother. Beautiful smiles always on her face. And a fantastic lady. And then I talked to these people. They guarded the process. AB, why it is true that you and them may have talked, these are things that you need to talk. They didn't say they obstruct the whole thing. No. They are beyond there. They know it. In fact, when you with that man, there are things he will tell you to do. You still got to talk to the other people. They know what they want to see done around the man. That's why you are there. So the young man initiated a conversation with the president, talking about something, and then the president gives all clear. And then the young man does not stop there, but he decides to talk to you people. To say, look, this is what is supposed to happen, and I'm asking you people now to help to guard this process. Then they just got vexed. You just started shouting at the young man. You just started having meetings in places. But you forgot to know that that young man is still sitting on the same Musa Bility platform and then promoting your government. The man sitting down on that platform, that you see Musa Bility platform, the man is sitting down on and helping your government. Do you know how many names people call that young man because he's not he's supporting you, or just for the fact that you are even aligned with the president? For you to say, oh yeah, you coming there, you know how many people that started looking at that man, but you know you like already put that left government too much. So you look at it for the man name spoiling and all those things for the sake of the country, because he is supporting the government, and the government of the day is the country. So he is supporting it. What's the big deal about that? When the president takes a decision, so forth, you can guard it. You don't just want to go. So you start using the Musa Bility main station. O'Neil sits there and promotes things that you want him to highlight. And it's working. You don't get a problem with that one. But when the president is supposed to go sit down there with an O'Neil, he's sitting down with a different person. Yo. He's not sitting down with a different person. He is sitting with the man he has explicit confidence in. They have what we call camaraderie. They are friends. He feels comfortable. The 2023 election, the young man still hosted him on his way to his presidency. He still sat at that Musa Bility station. The Musa Bility station, Uncle Joseph Yuma Boaka, our current president, he visited there. They had interview there. What's the big deal about it today that you're raising issue? I know. It's just an issue about people thinking that somebody coming too close to the president. Why should somebody be talking to the president? You know, the kind of funny petite thing then that don't even what they call. I know that could be the basis for what happened today. You know, and I think for sure. But it's life. And O'Neill, don't feel discouraged, my brother. It happens all the time. And yeah, it's just that you find yourself and dealing with people who are very intolerant and they misinterpret everything, even if it is for their own good, they misinterpret it. And cool off, let everything go. Wherever they want to take the interview, if they call you there and the president wants you there, my brother, go there, show up. If they say you should relay it. Don't let you angry with anybody. Your proximity with the president is what that matters. That's not cutting off anything between you and him. That's what other people looking for. People want to get close to the president. You know what it takes for you to be close to the president of the Republic of Liberia? People look for that. That's a privileged area that you said that you can just send WhatsApp to a president and say hi. Say hi. That's privilege, my brother. Leave that thing. Forget about who's satisfied with you being around him. Once the president, who is the boss, who is bossing all of them, decides to say you are his friend, that's the biggest worry. You shouldn't have no worry. You shouldn't have any issue with them. Let them do what they want to do. They won't carry anywhere. They say according to their protocol, no problem. They won't carry any radio station. They tell you, say, when you come there and be part of it, my brother, go there. Don't let you vex with anybody. In as much as your friend is going there to be the guest of that show, go there and go attend it. My brother, that's privilege. How you see me in life? I don't envy anybody for where they sit or what they do. Because that's life. It doesn't matter what it is. Not too many people will get that kind of opportunity. So don't just go to call, my brother. It's your time. Enjoy it and play in the moment. Don't dance to their tunes. No. Do what you can and be very humble. So it doesn't matter what they think, what they want to do is up to them. Let them do it. Yeah. So with God, all things are possible. So we are very grateful to the Almighty God for that. So those are some of the things. I hope you play your stuff. Like I told you at 8:30, we almost at 8:30 now. Yeah, I told you I'm going to be having a draw. So the star 799 start. I haven't hit what I want to hit yet to have that draw. And I'm still waiting a bit. Star 799 start. Sorry, I can't reload. Cancer. I can't reload this. Star 799 star. That's what we're looking for. I want to do a draw. Yeah, in the next 15 minutes, I will do the draw. All right, so I want to say welcome if you're just joining as well. And we are very grateful to the Almighty God for everything He's doing for us. And I posted something today. And my post came from the backdrop of my friend and brother, Cooper passed away, where he said we need to think as a people and call for national reconciliation. I say, yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. You know, people will have to think. All the arrogance you see people doing here and there, they just think they can sustain it. People who get ready to be insulting people, they just think that they can sustain it, especially as a government. The breeding of playing politics, it rests with the government. It is the playing politics that brought you to power. You got to continue playing that politics. If you want to maintain power, you got to continue it. Do you know what is politics? Politics is the game of persuasion. Even if you can persuade me, why you think when somebody won't be represented, it means speaking to you all through their time because of politics? That man will go down to your house, soon money and now your door. When you get water here for all to draw, I brought the children here for them to draw water for you. That politics, that persuasion. That's what politics is about. Politics is not about arrogance. If politics were about arrogance, nobody was going to be elected. You got to persuade people. You got to persuade them. Whether you money or whatever, just anything that will influence them, but it can be arrogance. That's not politics. So if you use it to say, look, we are going to do this for you. We are going to do this. We are persuading you. We begging you. Y'all do this, blah, blah, blah. At that period, you are begging any and everyone. That's persuasion. You can't be rude. You can't be arrogant. So I posted on my page, I said from the day Our current president, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai, led Unity Party. We got the team of Unity Party. For the day they started calling certain group of people, because they were now in government, they started calling those people stupidation. They started insulting them and knew that Liberia was headed for the heavy divide because people will resist it. Anybody who's looked down upon, whether for right reason or whatever, the first thing that will ever come out is resistance. Whether they can fight back, they will put up that resistance. Have you seen a crocodile frog before? Yeah, you've seen a crocodile frog before, right? You think crocodile frog really have strength to fight? Just a beast you not get on crocodile frog, it will pump itself up. That's the level of resistance that they put in anybody who feels attacked. They will always put up that resistance. So if you are looking for people to listen to you, to give you can be arrogant. You can be rude on them. You can be aggressive. Any government that comes to power, you need the support of the citizens. In fact, it is your business to enter into their camps. How you think former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf managed to get Asa Johnson there on board? Louise Brown, who are telling her all of those things because of politics, that persuasion. You got to persuade them. Got to tell them, my son Azil. Ellen sat down. Look at Asa Johnson, who used to be talking all kinds of things at that time. My brother, you're firing for Liberty Party. Look at them and say, Azil, why are you thinking you're on here? So we need to come together to come what they call a country here, my son. All that talking that you're doing there, so outside the they can't send around to the information ministry. Can't talk for your country. That persuasion. She did not say, I will chase you, I will do that one here and there. No. That's persuasion. You can't be rude. Because the idea is you need these people's support. So that's the only way you can govern in peace. You need peace of mind to govern, to give investors confidence. The moment you are arrogant, you make the whole terrain or the environment aggressive. The investors come in, they do their survey. They say they play that country on time bomb. I don't care what you do now in the investment, the country is on time bomb. There's no reconciliation. The country is heavily divided. If you do any investment down there, anything explodes, it will affect your investment. You don't want to go there. So who has that breading to quiet down that noise? Who has the breading? Is it not the government? You think that the opposition? Because that you get something to deliver. That you need to attract people to deliver. If your home is not better, who will visit you there? Currently, as we speak, it is the Unity Party that's the host. It's the Unity Party. Unity Party is currently the host of any visitor to Liberia. Unity Party, any guest that will come to Liberia in the form of investors or so forth, Unity Party is the host. So if you are the host, and then the grounds on which you are serving as host is not okay, will visitors come in? No, they will not come. So that's why you got to now putting police in the street, beating people, all the news then going, all people die, all the terrible news then going, you're just making the place hostile. And when you make the place hostile, no visitor will feel safe coming because they need protection. Because when that visitor comes, that visitor going to be living with people, among people. That visitor needs guaranteed to work. And that's what it is. So people may not understand these things, and it's very important. You can't be insulting people. No. And you think they will buy into you? Some of you don't even know how some of these things work. I can even be somebody who may have made a mistake. Depending on how you approach me to correct that mistake, I will not take your correction. I will never take your correction. I can never take your correction depending on how you approach me. If you put it in a respectful way, I will take it. If you put it in a disrespectful way, I will not take it from you. That is clear. I will ignore it. I will tell you, say, excuse me. Why it is true that you are saying the truth, I will tell you, excuse me, I will tell you bluntly, yeah, that clearly. That's life. People will resist. If you don't know how to approach them, they will resist you. Then it undermines reconciliation. That's why you see the country is where it is today. National reconciliation is heavily undermined because people look at certain people, leaders not speaking to leaders, people not talking to people, and all of those kind of things there is very bad. Just today, I saw this paper. That's a Daily Observer newspaper, and I was watching through, and there was this article there concerning the LACC rejecting fake claims on Coon's speakership. As the AACC or the Liberia Council of Churches asks itself why these things are happening now. Why? Because they are very indecisive. They are compromised. Until people playing politics with them anyway now. Let me tell you something. Everything people just faking about LACC, they are seeing that these are possible things that LACC is able to do. One day LACC is able to say, no, they're not support Joseph Boakai. One day they're able to come up to say they have no clearly defined moral history or track record of reason that you can look at them and say, look, these people, they are distinct and we can hold them like this. So I was like telling somebody this morning, my friend and brother, he myself was just lecturing, and I told him, I said, the only thing people can say is possible about AB is maybe AB die. Because it's possible are able to die. But for them to say, oh, yeah, we'll allow AB, that AB went to go see Joseph Boakai, they will say, it's not possible. It's not possible. So there's certain things that you don't just want to play around, start to play fun out of, because you know that the possibilities surrounding it, and you want to make it to appear like it's something that possible that able to happen, right? So you will not go that path because you know who the person is. Because you know who AB is. So you will not think all the noise the people being causing here and there. They will not think for you to say, oh yeah, AB, he went to job for the people. I beg you, AB. You don't want to say something that you think is impossible to believe. You will either say something. That's why you see when they get ready to go on this side, they say, oh, AB, you are leaving, going who you not die. AB not go on this side, you not die, you not dying. I said all that funny thing that you see that you know the party people then doing. These are things that they think are possible and able to happen. And because you are able to believe it, that's why some of you will say, oh, AB, we heard this, what they call, who do this, and then you will read, right? Because, but if somebody were to take, say, oh, AB one this side, you will say, yeah, lead that team, man, it's not possible. Because they know. So for people to think that the LSCC is able to support Kun, is it strange? There are things that you can see clearly. You can see clearly that their group, they are capable of doing anything. So we like it, we put them anywhere. Because we don't see this group as being a group that we can respect and think that they can stand for something. That is how people will look at you. That's why you see the LACC ninja or they play, they get ready today. They say, oh, LACC people, you're putting your name or because you haven't defined yourself to tell us who really you people are. So you will just be making the, oh yeah, what is out? Oh, LACC suspended the bishop or suspended the president. All the kind of funny thing that you are drawn into it now because of your current state. Not how LACC used to be. Who used to talk about LACC? They used to wait. When LACC come up with one statement, that's it. Nobody coming to create their own fake statements around it. All the things I'm saying, people who have been here before, you know, I hope you understand. Benjamin Latte, they know their days. We used to be calling the LACC when LACC ready to release a statement. When they calling off a press conference, we knew that indeed the whole country was about to shake. The Interfaith Religious Council, we used to have that. The Muslims and Christians combined come together. They ready to release statement. We know that the whole country used to shake. That time we used to carry our microphone, and when you hear those kind of thing, that's when you used to know it was real group of people who are now speaking to the ills of this very society. Right? Yeah. So I don't know why you people will always see. Are you people surprised that your name or in the paper people will come and read the other thing? Eh? And they say LCC and yeah, LCC instead of LCC. Sorry, LCC, Liberal Council of Churches. Yeah. So you people shouldn't be surprised that your names are drawn in these things. Because that's how you did it. That's how you presented yourself. That is how you made yourself to be. So you see what it is? This is exactly what it is. Because you put yourself, they say you put yourself in wetting tomato cup, then it will dish you up with wetting broomstick. Yeah. So the broomstick and the ticket dishing you up with, you got to be clear and define yourself. In this country, Chief, let me tell you something. You're all in this country and you have eaten enough in this country. That time now for you to stand up for us. And tell us, say, look, we got to direct this country in a path that we were not able to direct it because of the environment at the time. We have an environment now where our children can say anything. They can go. They are on social media. Informations are all over the place. These are opportunities that we never had in time past. We can guard our children in these times so that they will have the opportunity to put this country on the path that we had wished for, but we never had the opportunity to do. There is a time we can guard them. And through your leadership, you can see it clearly. That it will be a great thing that will look up to you people. We always ask you for this. We are begging you to provide the leadership. You may not have the energy to fight. We have it. You just bring the ideas. We will run with it. Anything you bring, we get the energy. You don't get the energy. We know that one. You have tried your best. But we got the energy. You just gave us the ideas and gave us the moral support and moral guardians. And see what will happen to this country. You will sit by your old ages and then you will be enjoying yourself. That's how life is. By the way, when we're talking these things, you people will look at it and say, oh yeah, AB didn't saying this. You know, AB didn't saying that one. But some of us, we're not scared. The idea is we'll push these ideas so that you will understand that we can hold you to account for what we expect of you people. The path you're supposed to lead us to. That which you're maybe facing a challenge to do. We will be able to tell you that. Yeah. So these things are possible. So we're just calling you to book to know what we expect of you people. Yeah, we always do these things, and you have a thing that we get problem with you people. No, we don't. We don't have problem with you people. No. You may think that, why would I have problem with you? Why would I have problem with you people? Thank you so much, Winston. Yeah, I got it correct. LCC. And people may not understand it. People may not be able to understand it, but it's up to them. Whether they go up, they come down, it's up to them. Because we know that the very people. Then Richard Kuhn too grabbing that kind of, and now he grab it. The man grabbing fake thing, and he not even place call to any of the officials. Then he allows his media team to be dragging. Oh God, is it not a shame and disgrace for our country as well? Richard Kuhn, must you? Are you really forced to be this? This kind of desperation. These are the things that made people to be rebel leaders in this country, that they said no matter what it is, it rather people die than for me to give over power. That kind of man now, you see the kind of rebel mentality in people that who not care about how the country is feeling at the moment, how the country image is going. They don't care. You give Richard Kuhn chance to become anybody like president, he will never leave power. The man will use, you can see the man not even acting normal. Because that one rebel thing do, that one rebel leader thing do to get K people. You can say they're not living power. I don't care what you do, you go or you come down. They don't live in power at all. That Richard Kuhn, man. To the extent that that man is getting ready, calling state representative for them to come to this country. Do you know how many times Bia now come to this country? Our own Nathan Bia, our own Labrador man who in Rhode Island, he now come to the country passing around. He now call himself guest of the country or congressman or this, that, here and there. Then you get ready, somebody come to visit somebody, then you say, oh yeah, please pay your visit so that we'll say recognition. The whole world can even recognize you, Richard Kuhn. Once us locally here, we got to launch you into the world. The world can launch you into us. We launching you to the world. We are the creator. We are the proponent. We are the maker. If we in Liberia say you now speaker, forget about whether who also recognize you as speaker. What kind of man is in this country here? So why the men are getting, level of understanding to know what he needs to really, what is his problem? You like I say, you go stand up with Donald Trump. Once our laws, we making our laws, it does not make you speaker. It's just there for nothing. We got to launch you to the word. It starts with us. It doesn't start with them and would never, ever end with them. Do your own work. Do what is needed lawfully. How will you just be desperate for recognition? You passing over, spending our country money, passing around. Anyone to say, oh, prosecute Richard Kun for that money, and you just spend it all over the place. Because for one purpose, you just passing around looking for recognition. You go on this side, you come back. What kind of behavior is this? But we don't blame you, Kun. We blame the executive that allows you to give you that executive protection. That executive protection in assigning details to you to give you that backing. That's why many of you get ready, you want to go with the court. Who told you the court can work without the executive power? The court is toothless. You don't know that? Now, who controls the prison where the court can send people? Now, who controls it? Are the executive. The court does not have its own prison compounds. It is the executive that helps the court to enforce it. That's the spirit of coordination. When we pass on this, we pass the law from the national legislature, we send it to the court for the court to use that law to deal with people. The court will take our law and deal with people. If the court fails on that, then it undermines our work as legislators. So in the spirit of coordination, that's how the coordinator. All I know is going to be about coordination. The court, the people will pass the law, then they send it to the court, say, we, the Liberian people, all the Liberian people, then the lawyer will pass in now for you to deal with them. So the court will deal with that. In the spirit of coordination, the court will deal with that. Then when the court finish with it, the court will say, okay, we'll finish with the other thing here now. So where the man supposed to go, he's supposed to go to jail. Then the court will now send that person who has come in conflict with the law, send them to the executive to deal with them. Now, and if the executive, the only reason you see people now willing or people are afraid to commit crimes, or people are afraid to commit crimes, or they don't want to find themselves in conflict of the law, is because of repercussions. Now, you don't want to face the consequences. The consequences of your action is vested in the executive to show that. So, if the executive ever slap you here, and then there is nothing that happens to me, I will stay slapped. So the lawmakers pass the law. They send it to the court, say, this is how we want for you to do the law. Play with this law this way, so that it will apply to everyone. They pass that one. Then when the court to finish with it, the court send it to the executive, say, oh, we finish with that 1 year now. The law they put in pass, they send to us, they say SYZ. When they man do they want, we'll put them in jail. Or they may go to jail for 3, 4, 5 months. So they will send that to the executive. The executive will now take their own responsibility. Everything in line with the law, that is spirit of coordination that you see you. Everything is so law. So if the executive chooses to say, look, that person that you sending here will not agree. We're not putting them in the prison center. If I will get ready, we'll leave the man go. What think the court will be able to, what think the Supreme Court will be able to do to the executive? Ask yourself the question. If you have an executive that is not willing to cooperate, work in the spirit of coordination, work in the spirit of coordination with the other branches and say, look, I am not going to do that. I am not going to have this person here. What you think the Supreme Court is able to do to the executive? Nothing. The only thing that can happen in line with that is the citizens can now move to say they want to go and impeach the president. They can gather signatures to go do that. Again, when the citizens pick it up, they carry it to the lower house. where the bill of impeachment is now passed on, and then the president is impeached and it goes for removal. And then they can't get the number at the level of the Liberian Senate. But the real pressure on those people that the time now you can mount pressure for it to happen, because that pressure got to happen, that the only way it works. So the only alternative the citizens will be left with, because the court will not do anything. The court can't go do anything to Joseph Boga for not what they call it, even the thing that Joseph Boga doing now. By taking all the cards from the illegitimate speaker. Taking all the entitlement from the illegitimate speaker and then giving it to his own regime speaker. That's against our laws. But what do you want the court to do with that one now? Ask yourself a question. When the executive get the security, the executive get the police, the executive controls all of them. What do you think the court able to do? Let me ask you the question here, because everyone is saying, oh, the court scared, the court. What is the court able to do now in this kind of case? That's why you need a responsible government that respects the law. Not fear, but respect. You know, the executive has power. It will not be afraid of the law. No. But respect. The only thing that will make the executive to execute what the court says is out of respect, not out of fear. You know, the executive get the power to say, look, we're not taking out thing you're doing so. Oh, no, oh, man, keep carrying your son here. Make sure that we get. You see, these are the things that you don't understand. You saw the court. For the court to be important, it needs an executive that will respect the court. It needs a legislative team that will respect the court. Every one of them need to work together in the spirit of coordination, to coordinate, to help each other, to make each other relevant. That's the only way we can run out of democracy. We must respect each other. Do you know how many things that Trump trying to pass on down there? That you see the Supreme Court coming in and they are making decisions and they say, yes, the president has the other right to pass on this other thing, XYZ. The president does not have the right to do this, XYZ, all the thing, and then Trump has to respect it. So I agree, he comes on and say, I will not respect it. I will still give the order to the people who are under my wing. They are under my wing. I'm giving them the order. I'm giving them the order. I'm telling them, say, they must carry the people at all costs. The immigration honor the president. So President Boaga gets ready now and then say XYZ. The court said, no, we're not giving the SA Republica to anybody. The government must not be able to restrict anybody from traveling out of their place. Then Joseph Boaga instructed immigration people, say, and the court said, needs SA Republica, you immigration man, do XYZ. And then the president doesn't do it. What did the court will do? What did the court will rather do? You even go to the court. You pray for Raider McDermott. And then the court issues it and say, oh, you have freed the man. The government say, we're not freeing the man. What thing happened to that Guinea guy that they carried from the jail? They went in the jail, so the court said, y'all release the man. Y'all grant the man bail. Y'all release the man. They said, no, we're not doing it. They went in the court, they went in the jail that they control, because now the court control that jail. They don't want to control the prison center. They went there, they took that man from there. They carried the man. What you expect the court to do? When the court say, I release the man, then the court said, no, we're not releasing the man. The executive say, we're not releasing. What do you want the court to do? What kind of power the court get now? The court get security? Why they those sheriff then to the court that they don't want to go force the police people and then say they're going for them to respect the court? You think that how it works? This is where respect for the rule of law comes in. It's not fear for the rule of law, but respect for the rule of law. When the court says it, that's it. You don't have to like it. You may have all your powers, but you will choose to say, no, I can't do anything. That's why when big person and small person doing something, that small person goes to court, and then the small person wins the case, the big man can say, I'm not moving from there. Don't you get the power to slap that person and do whatever, but you say, no, that's what the law says. I'm not going to do it. That the same way the executive is supposed to know. They ought to know. Constitutionally is supposed to know that in the spirit of coordination, the respect for each other, that when the court says it, the executive say, oh, the court has spoken. There's nothing else we can do about it. I can't change anything. But the court said, Joseph Boaga, don't move people from here. Don't move 10 new position. He said, I will move them from there. What you wanted the court to do? What really you wanted the court to do? So you wanted the court to be repeatedly disrespected, because when the court said the thing, what will happen? The executive is the same person that have the budget. Right? You don't even know what. Look, let me tell you, for democracy to run smoothly, it just calls for respect in the spirit of coordination. That's all. If you have a president who has no respect for the rule of law, you're just hurting your head for nothing. People may not understand these things. It's good that you say it. Look at Joseph Boakai. I was hearing, you can listen to Steve Zago. Where is the Steve Zago man? Y'all listen to him. The man who had press conference in Lofa County, you were playing around, you're getting serious now on him. You know what he's doing now? He blaming a colleagues at the legislature. He will say he not do anything that the president prerogative, that the president getting a job, and that the president could take for him to go to the God. Fair true. That Joseph Boakai wanted he as commissioner to arrest somebody when the court had not said so. And for that, they suspended him, and today he's dismissed. For him to have said that, because he's still looking for a job, he now put it on a friends. He who said nothing happened. Right? You can listen to him. Steve Zago. Where is he? Let's listen to him.
So to speak.
Okay.
I thought to have a conversation with the local press in Lofa because what we're about to do here how to be contextualized.
Okay.
You know, consider our own culture, our own tradition. For the past few days, months, weeks, there have been a lot of conversation. So I was,
the one at the time you were praising Joseph Boakai, now you're listening to the one. Then I'll play the other one again.
For me. So I had no choice. And I kept delaying honestly to send a group of women to Monrovia, headed by a traditional woman from Lower Walker. He said, look, your father doesn't want to see you, but they keep delaying. We want you to come, we want to hear from you. So I came to because of the call of our people. And they said all the time that they kept been hearing Zago on the radio. Different radio had different version, everybody said their own thing. So they want to hear from me. So that's why I came. And soon I came, I've been having consultation with Ellis, our chief department, chief, you name it. And they heard my side, and I think they're feeling good that I came. Basically, I came for a love. Because there's too much usage, and as their son, someone working in the country from 2003 with the UN mission, established all the court system, law enforcement institution. 2 years, come back again, work as a roving prosecutor, subsequently became senator, and then for the past 9 months, enjoy the confidence of the president, at which time we serve a commissioner general. They wanted me to come and talk to them. They didn't want to be told as it is. They wanted to hear from me. So gentlemen, basically that's what I came for. And I met them, we had a good conversation. They told me thank you. And above all, they wanted to know the relationship between the Keke and I. And I told them the relationship is cordial, unique. I enjoy the confidence of the president. We got a good relationship. He got implicit confidence in me, and I support the president 100%. We're okay. Perfect relationship. Who determines who works in the executive? The president, isn't it? So if you work for a good number of months, and you feel certified that you perform there, and you actually to be relieved. So that's how I continue with touch. You gotta tell you thank you. So I want to use the problem on to tell the president thank you. Our chief themselves said that they're going to tell you thank you. But as a product of our culture, or the product of our tradition, I think it was fair to come here in adherence to the call of our chiefs elder.
Yeah. So what's the big deal? This was the statement he made then, right? He said, look, he's the executive. Whatever it is or whatever it is, the president still get expressive confidence. He happy with it, and nothing wrong with it. That the man who say what they call leave, that one but an issue. So there's no big deal about it. And of course he will laugh. But time went by now, nothing happening. Then Zago comes up now and want to put it on a friend there. He was happy. He was praising the president for the action. And so forth. There is it. Listen to the one.
I don't know. It's not people between you don't know all of them. They don't put a new war between them or press. But that was so we had this I don't know because you don't know who all betrayed you.
How many local caucus members you all want to turn around and say, hey man, what happened to Zago? Have anyone want to say that? When the former defendant are in a problem, did he not talk? Oh, I talk. Ask any member of the caucus. Send the thing for even if any of them on the friends, oh, but what happened when nephew? The nephew went out. The nephew did another work. He was there for you for 17 years when you were vice president. 12 years you're vice president. 6 years you're not. So 6 for 12, 18 years you're with you. Why so soon? That's the question I'm asking. I say, why so soon? I do nothing. But ask any caucus member if they ever want to ask a question. One local citizen for the same problem. I asked about Amadou Zago on the city government. I was there. I spoke. I challenged it.
Yeah. So the tone changing. Right? Now, these are some of the things. The laws are broken. And this young man did no wrong. But of course, he decided to say, oh yeah, the way and pleasure of the president. And there's nothing else. We just got to respect the rule of law. Look, if only we were to respect the rule of laws in this country, there would be no problem. The only thing that made the rich to be equal with the poor is the law. That's just all. So why are we hurting our hair now to come be talking all kinds of things? Our president does not respect the court. And we are watching the other time. That's why you see Rachel Kunya passing around doing all of those things and still holding on. Tell that day if Rachel Kun knew fully that the president, in fact, what the president would have started doing now, right? You don't even need to wait for Supreme Court. Just by hearing that noise around, how the hearing was here, all those things, he would have said, look, Rachel Kun, I don't want any embarrassment. We don't want any embarrassment. In the spirit of coordination, we think that the respect for everything, from what we have understood as well as we have tried our best. You have failed to persuade your colleagues for you to get that number or so forth. We don't want the country to be stored or so forth, please. Because whatever comes up, we'll have to respect the court's ruling. That's it. Simple. In fact, we had even anticipated that the Liberian Senate who have started preparing themselves to start thinking in that light. To say, look, we say SYZ here and there. While it is true that we are waiting for the court's ruling, we think that it will be a serious embarrassment because we too, we pass on the very budget that indeed you presided over as speaker. These are embarrassments that are coming out. They will get together and then say, look, we want to save this embarrassment. That's where you see people come together now to save the image of the country and say, look, there is SYZ, everything has failed and so forth. Rachel Kun, this is what it is. The Senate will send a delegation to the president and say, Mr. President, there is an embarrassment that is coming that will hunt us all down. And I think we can save this. Let us try our best to save this embarrassment. You have gone on with it. Clearly, you have gone on with it to just save it. But today, Rachel Kun stay passing around. You're still feeding his office. You're giving our country money. All the guys that he's your regime speaker. Okay, no problem. He said he's your regime speaker. He's not the legitimate speaker of the Republic of Liberia. He's your regime speaker. We know that the regime is Unity Party regime. The government is the government of the Republic of Liberia. So we know that Kofa is the speaker of the government of the Republic of Liberia. Rachel Kun is the speaker of the Unity Party regime. So let's leave that one. So we know exactly what it is. How can our money now leaving from the government and going to regime? That's where now the line will be drawn. So we are now studying everything. We want to know why you can save this country from this disgrace that keeps haunting this country. Why? What's the big about running government? It's just about understanding. You don't have to be somebody who went to political science class before you know how to be an administrator. You know how to run your home. God said the family is the smallest, but of course, most powerful institution that if you are able to manage well, by a line, not that rudeness where you can do whom you get ready, you disrespect other people, the other person shouldn't say they want, the other person, no. Once you can have a clear understanding about how to run a family or relationship or a home, you will know how to run of government, because it's all about hearing from all sides, getting people's opinion, their views on issues before it affect the family. Because in the end, it will affect everybody. They may not be part of that decision that you are making. You will chunk them out, but the consequences of those decisions, they are not going to be left out. That's the danger part of it. That's why you have to have consultations in leadership. Because whatever you do, you may say, no, I don't want empowered. I mean, get a power. I can do anything I want to do. Yes. But whatever you do, the impact of it, the effect of it is not going to only rest on you. It's going to affect us too. That's what makes it important for us to be part of that decision that you intend to make. Because we're going to be affected. Leaders. In fact, the very people whom you think you overlook or you trash or dash aside, they are the ones that pick up the burden the most when they have repercussions of those decisions that you have made that have gone wrong. That's why you got to get involved. So, Mr. President, you are running this country. There are a lot of things happening. I know there are governance issues that subsequently we'll be getting into some of your officials, the terrible things they're doing, we'll get to them. But we are just telling you, Mr. President, that there are a couple of things that happen in this country that you can save our country from this image of disgrace. You get a lot of people who are around you, they don't love you. We've said this over and over, and we'll continue to say again. You must be able to run this country as a president. Whether people think you're sleeping or whatever it is, you got to awaken and demonstrate leadership. Let the laws of the land be respected. You can right all the wrongs you started your government with now, and let our country be on the right trajectory. Nobody got problem with developments. But when the country is not sound, lawlessness in the country, it doesn't speak good about us as a people. Now, what you see is I go there and cry today, and they will continue to cry. And these are things that we knew that they will do, that they will continue to cry. We knew that they were going to cry, and that's why it is. Just today, the University of Liberia, what did they do? Yeah, the University of Liberia, what is this stuff? What is mine? Okay, yeah, this is my stuff. Yeah, the University of Liberia. The University of Liberia came up with a release. You see that again? These are some of the things, Mr. President. We'll be talking to things and you put again. Say, oh, evidence, there's that here and there. These are some of the things. You put one new woman down there, the white woman. The white woman there, but the University Faculty Association, they are now saying something else again. And I will try to read it to you, Mr. President. Let me take this man out and read the other one from the University of Liberia Faculty Association. Let's see this. Let me read this offer release. So what they say here, the offer release is talking something about what? They said press release. They said University of Liberia Faculty Association offer, and is constrained to remind the government of Liberia and the University of Liberia about their obligations to the welfare of the faculty and staff of the University of Liberia. Offer urges the government to settle all arrears of adjunct and overload faculty for the last 1 year and live up to the terms and conditions of the contract signed for adjunct and overload faculty. It can be recalled that in 2024, the offer staged a prolonged disengagement that lasted for more than 6 months, with adjunct and overload payments being top of the priorities. In a meeting with the President, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yumambuaga Sr., Mr. President, I know you are listening, in November 2024, the offer leadership was informed that the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning had been instructed to settle the outstanding arrears of the adjunct and overload faculty. Similarly, in January 2025, during the inauguration of the UL President, Her Excellency and His Excellency President Joseph Yumambuaga remarked that he had issued instructions to the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to settle the arrears of our colleagues. Despite these pronouncements, arrears of our colleagues have not been paid, even though they are still offering their services to the university. Failure of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning and the UL administration to settle their obligations with our colleagues have reduced their morale and undermined their ability to care for their family, thus leaving them traumatized. They said the offer leadership decries this inhumane treatment of professional Liberians by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning and requests immediate payment of all arrears for the past year and the current semester in a period of not more than 1 week beginning today. So they gave you a 1 week ultimatum. The leadership hopes the MFDP and the UL administration will proactively complete the settlement of these liabilities to save us all of impending embarrassment. What is that? You better get me strike again. This one is Eric Theophilus Shea Patton, Senior Secretary General of OFA. So you see that again? Problem fall down. So problem will continue to fall down because these things are things that you thought were very, very easy to be done. Yeah. These things are things that you thought were very easy and could be done. But you see, where we are now in this country, you will see that these things are challenging. And I told you people, I say, whether you go or you come down, you say anything you want to say, it's up to you people. God is wonderful. God is wonderful. And you have to learn these things on a daily basis. So some of us, we're not going to be giving you whatever it is. The professors are planning another protest again. And it's very bad for you guys. You got to make sure you settle these professors. There will always be problems everywhere. Nobody said any government will come to power and there will not be problem. That's what we were saying at that time. That some of these problems that you are now saying X, Y, Z about, they are problems that even were you to come to power, they will stay as is. Now, the problem there is, how do you solve yours? CDC were confronted with theirs, they did theirs, they settled theirs their way. The university is about to shut down again because they're supposed to be final exam, right? So they gave you 1 week already. The midterm just concluded. They're supposed to be going for finals. You never know. They may tell you, say they will not administer any finals. What's happening? Do you know how many times school has shut down under the Unity Party just within a short space of time? How many times school has just shut down because of these actions? The money is there. You're taking the money, giving it to Rachel Kune, they eating it. So you pay the people arrears. You know that money not there? You know how much you get to Rachel Kune for nothing, that nothing happened? That money just went in breeze. Because after today, for nothing, state speaker. So why you went RLJ? Spending $265 United States dollars per night for over 3 months, over 43 persons. All of you in a place that the money you were spending down there, where you took that money from to give it, and these people there were not being paid. You could take all that money you put it there, you couldn't give it to the university. Those are some of the things that Joe, we are here look and say, me, I'm going to take money and give it to. Why we can't take that money and go pay wax fee with it? I should take money and put it in people's pocket. Why we can't take that money to say, look, free tuition for these people? The money is there. Why we should take that money and give it on the side? No. You see, it wouldn't take wise men to think by far better and bigger. And you remember somebody said something, they said during the course of the election, the late senator and had gone, Senator Prince Johnson had gone, and he said he wanted about 5 million so that he will be able to give his support back to President William. So we are looking at 5 million in a woman. Why I can't take that money and invest it in Nima County? So the 5 million and give it to the one man. How does that help? If I don't invest in Nima County, whatever money the man wants, let us, if you follow we are campaign in Nima County, we have said some of your people then they have come to me to say, look, I'm gonna take money personally and give it to them. But if I give it to them, what happens to your county? That's why you saw we are developing a county. People say, oh, Nima, what? Yeah, there were demands that were put up by people, and to counter those demands, the only thing we have to do was to say, what? I'm going to develop the county. That's what we are did. So group of people get ready. They say they want to remove speaker. Hey, well, we are Tana. They say they want to remove speaker. And we are looking at it for not say the money here that you say you're doing XYZ, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's something that I can invest all that in. So that money that will come to take to get to the man because we want to move the man here and there. Why we can't take it, we go do something else with it. And why you saw most of the times. That's why you saw it most of the time. And how it ended up. You got to be, look, you got to know where to put the resources. You see how they spend all that money. Pretty close to 7 million. They even brand the national legislature and all inside. Ain't that in there and say nothing happened. That's the worst thing. You want to hate until you hate. And then you hate and nothing happened. Then there's a problem. You spend all that money down there. Nothing came from inside. It was a complete waste. You just made my man fully family there. About Kokoro Jones there. You made them rich. You made, how do you call that other man from Agibi County? How do you call the other man? What do you call it? Yes, we not remove the man. We not remove the man. You just made people rich for nothing. You just took the country money and put it in each other share. That's why you see Samuel Coca flying around going all that side and they not grab the country money and eat it. Nothing sound came from inside. Coca then now damaged this country from the period where November up to this date. Everything that happened in this country, it has damaged and stagnated the country, yet he's going down to get reward from his people for them to elevate him to another level. And he's supposed to be in contention in Nima County for that kind of behavior that he led for nothing. And not that he's going for that, but that he's going to create another by-election again if he were to win. The guys don't care what will happen to the country money. University professors are crying. The government is cutting down and replacing people, shuffling off people, and people are losing their jobs on a daily basis. Money they don't have. But these officials don't care. They care about themselves. There's young men in Nima County. Kuka, nobody hate you. I don't hate you. But why are you going there? What did you really do? Your whole majority block issue, it was total fiasco. You just decided to enrich yourself for nothing because as we speak, what was the intent of that money? Enough for you to move Kofa. Did two people move Kofa from there? No. Kofa did not move. Everything you were doing was unlawful and you were just swimming in the pool of unlawfulness, grabbing money and just eating it, and the country was being stagnated. Do you know how many community roles that you have built with that money if the government was serious to divert it? You know what would have happened? Do you know how many people you may reach because of that? But you know one thing, let me tell you something. I don't swear you people, but I know what God is capable of doing. You will pay for that money. I don't care what you do. I've seen people who play in money. I won't name them. I don't want to name them because you're looking sorrowful. Because for it's not good to laugh at people who were rich before. I have seen people who said that they were powerful lawmakers in this country. They were rich. Today, all of them now go down broke. In fact, some of them they came from their lay money background, but the moment they enter the national legislature and then they play with that corruption money, all their Google money that they had, everything beginning at that they went down broke until today they didn't get anything again. I'm gonna name them. Oh, you want me to name no lawmakers? Or you want me to name no officials whom, when they came to power, some of them came with lay money that were clean, but because they put it into the corrupt money, and that corrupt money now dominated their money, it corrupted their entire money. As a result, they now became very broke. Today you hardly hear about them. They are nowhere around. I'm gonna name them. What made you think that you can beat those people? You lad are God operating like that. So because the country people crying, you know how a father is sitting down near this video now. The child is being thrown out because no school fee. And God knows that money that's supposed to go to that child's school fee is what you have just eaten. You and your children are sitting and you're eating good food. Whatever it is, you think God does not know that? God knows it. There is a mother who does not have any money to pay to get a safe delivery, and they are crying all over the place. That tear that they are sharing as a result of greediness on the part of somebody who's supposed to provide for them, but they decided to take that money and put it in their own pocket. God does not hear those tears in vain. He will pay you back. I will name you. Go ask Sandro Johnson what they had today. But as they say then, what they had today. Any editor who was speaker today, he comes by and looking at senator, he's not even looking at real, he's never himself again. Editor, former speaker, look at him today, he's never himself again. Look, I will name, you want me to name them? The player sitting today that the player telling you also. You see how God can operate? You want me to name them? You want me to name more? Look, we've been following these people, we know them. And God will let you to leave from that before he deals with you. You stay swimming in a pool of corrupt money, so you think you're okay. Yeah? You stay and you think you're okay. God is coming for you. I can name plenty of them that today you see them. Some of them, they are my own men and I don't want to call, but when you see them sitting down, the way they're looking at that, you can just look at them, you say, but what kind of people then we have in this country? They may, I told a former lawmaker they hear so. Look, some of them see the cars that they ride. One of them came with one smoking car. That my own man. But you see, the problem there is you don't want to look at them and be laughing at them because they're looking like they're struggling. When you put yourself in those positions, look, there will come a time we'll name you list of lawmakers who earn so and today they are pioneers. You see, when you come from thousandaire to millionaire, then you come to pioneers. Then the pioneers are people who come down very, very poor. When you come to that level, I can name you several of them who are poor today. When I mean really poor, they are poor. Because at their level, they cannot even afford. See the cars that they ride. Pioneers, they call them P-O-O-R-N-E-E-N-A-R-R-E. Pioneer. Pioneer. Okay, so just look for that word there. Just put pioneer in front of it. These are the people who came from thousandaire, millionaire to pioneer. Then when you come to pioneer, that means God himself has already gotten rid of you. God will let you to leave. When you come down now, at the time now God ready to raise you, God will deal with you. You will look so sorrowful. I can name you people who have left the space of government today. They are poor. They are beggars. Someone asking their friend for gas slip. You and myself lives by far better than they do. Because that corrupt money erupt. I said some of them were well to do. They came from there. But when they went up, soon they came down. They are finished. They came together themselves. I'm just telling those of you who are there today. Do you hear about their names again? No. They are gone. Are you seeing them involved in their community activities and making name for themselves anymore? No. Besides politics, you can make name for yourself. People will still respect you. People that are burning out you, they will still respect you in this country. Because they involve themselves in the businesses. I don't know how they money with their money, how they got their money, but again, they came from background, they have farms and things. Yeah, they still got a name and they still managing with it. So it is possible you can leave politics, but you still get name. You still get brand. You still get image. You get that respect. You still get people that you can employ that can count on you. But all of y'all that used to be acting like money people, then yeah, they won't play you people here now. Hong Kong killing you people and your families. I saw the last time, I don't know, some kind of audio they were sharing around. Sandro Johnson was talking about pickup. He said, oh yeah, the Unity Party people pick up, they gave me. You know, when they're ready for their pickup, I went and design the pickup. I went and make it low fan and in my hand. So when the UP people then want their pickup, they use it. For me to use it, what can make that use all you talking about pickup business. Yeah, you and UP people fighting over pickup, that kind of thing. Where is Milton TJ then that we used to be with them, but you don't hear about them again. Some of them, they can be poor and broke to the extent that they will come by and say, look, we want to work in the government. They will be looking for director position there and all. Director, someone I say I can be tough on them to the extent that they will come and say, me, I can even be director, no problem. They better I just be there, me and my family. Just survivorship. These are people that were in the era of abundance. They have come now to survivorship. They are survivors. They have turned to survivors. That's how God can work. When I be telling you all the thing, look, that God can tell me to tell the thing. And I can be telling you, say, when I come and sit down here, I want the AB that you can see when I'm off the microphone. Because at this stage, it is God that takes over. It is God who takes over. And it is God who tells everything. He opens the brain and putting everything inside. So he will take me places that he want me to touch on for that moment. You can see people who left from there, they can't sit down. Why would you want to be senator? You leave from there, you can't be director again. You people used to go to for you to account, for them to account. How you doing? Let's summon this man. You know the power then they get, right? They can go to summon. They'll invite this other man. They'll go invite this other man. You used to be inviting people that you go and sit down way down there. To go do what? To go do what? But you see, anyway, that's life. You know, I don't want to talk some things. Yeah. Jokubo say la real problem as possible guy. I go. But yeah, leave that in there. What they call is now. Hey, the idea is, my brother, that corruption. When you are corrupt, anything that you do, and then you whatever it is, you went and rob it off people, and they are suffering and they're struggling. You made it to think that you are smarter than they do. God can say you're not smart. I am smarter. I know when to strike you. I will strike you when you no longer have any energy. That way I strike you. When you have nothing to recover with, I way and strike you. How God can operate. Anyway, let's get to the lines interact with you. There was something I wanted to talk about going far in my county. I will try to go down tomorrow. But let's see the next 30 minutes. Let's be able to utilize that. And right here on this die, we are certainly getting there. And with God, all things are possible. All right. So with God, all things are possible. You know, and people want to call it, look at it, you know, and I almost say do not name them. Some of them she ain't kidding them. She really kidding most of them. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I think for sure. It's not easy. I will not name them because you know it ain't good. You know, my Muslim friend told me that in the Muslim relation, he said the people that you supposed to feel sorry for more are the people who were rich before and are now poor. They don't want you really feel sorry for, and that's true. Because they can really be more sorrowful than you and myself who not get anything. So who will laugh at you and myself? If we're passing the street and why? But you don't see your big man up there, they laughing at him. What you will see? That is it right here on this die, you know. And you know, I think for sure with God all things are possible. And with God all things are possible. Things will happen. God is ready to strike, and God will strike. And I think we'll certainly get there. So Ethiopia is on Saturday, people. We have today is Wednesday. Yeah, so I'm about to do a draw. I think I did one already. Yeah. Oh, I didn't call the person. Oh, I did one already. Yeah, let me say I didn't call the person. So I will do another one. 88321005. Let me go call this person now. But let's go on right here on this very time and let's get there. We are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. For me, I have no issues with anybody. God is wonderful, and God will save us all in all that we do. With God, all things are possible. Right? We are getting there. Me, all the pieces of advice that I can be giving, if you get your power, who senator, you get your power, who what they call it, go and tell them whatever it is. See the thing here, they men talking here, so that's also out there inside. They men talking thing and that he get evidence to. God giving you several examples. So I can be telling you the thing again. Say, Leo, well, Leo, and say, you can talk to me, no problem. This person, wow. All right, so we will certainly get there, and you think so?
Eddie?
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, my brother, how the evening?
I find out.
Yeah, this as you do my law.
Let's hear from you quickly. Let's hear from you quickly.
You say that team have went to our battle, brother.
Who?
Chinitola Mokasi.
Why did you not come here?
They met to the post.
Doing what in there?
And the picture of a guy pointing. The military, therefore, senator to director to the post, my man. That guy, my man, you were happy to even take that job, my man. I was surprised that you didn't know my man.
But the man, you see, the way I was saying, I said when you enter into government, you can go there eating clean. But when you rub yourself dirty, you come from there, go against strike you. General Cape was very much stronger.
Thank you for teaching us, my man. But that guy, my man, where the national authorities are appointing, the president go appointing. Can you imagine? You know, even you were in a legislature, I know how ready you were there. Oh, go ahead, my man. Better. Thank you for putting me the done.
All right. Hello, how you doing? Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Maybe is the owner if I speak game in the person of Nima Kari.
Let's hear from you, bro.
I come on go to Allen. He just need somebody by 11. One I just left the office with a Solomon Carter, Claudia Sarah. That man, he shall remain mute to look for a job, but the way he start going all the way to denigrate.
No, I say I don't need people. The people that I don't need, you don't need anybody here.
One of them. I went to the office twice.
I just said some examples.
Yeah. Let me go to the new point. In my own country, Nima country. I want to money the Nimani very strongly. Koga. Samuel Koga. That man, the problem created the house. The house. Maybe we need to solve it. You shouldn't run it from there, go back to the upper house. Then are people, there are people being smart. That man created so many problems in our house. You want to turn on that particular group, then remain and the problem stops, they move from there. Now the only I swear, my only prayer. You know what they will open our eyes. That's the one escape from that place and go back to the elderly SR. Koga is now ready.
Okay.
Thank you. Nigeria, and I want to thank you for backing our government because the government here, when they work hard, we all be happy. When they still, even I want green over, you better eat it.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Let me get to this one of my players. Hello, how you doing? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, how you doing, Chief? I'm calling you. Abraham, we on here.
Yes, Alex.
Alex, is that the name? Hello?
Yeah.
Is that the name, Alex?
Alex Johnson is my name.
Alex Johnson. All right, Alex. All right, great to have you on. And you play the made with jackpot.
Oh.
Hello? Alex.
Hello?
Alex, are you getting me? Alex, are you getting me?
Hello?
Alex, are you getting me? Are you getting me? All right, Alex, I will have to call you back. Yes, sorry about that. I will have to call you back. And I was just asking you, and your name pop up, and your number pop up, not your name. And I was just trying to get it. And let me hear from a colleague quickly, and I will get back to you, Alex. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing, my brother, Eddie, the father of all nations, Abraham?
How's everything?
Yeah, brother. Thanks for the information, educating our people every day, brother. God bless you, man.
Oh, man.
Look, you have said it all, because the thing is, like, this is Joseph Colley anyway, calling from New York. Yeah, look, you have said it anyway, but brother, a lot of them are in government. They shouldn't look far away. Let them look at what kind of life. After 6 years, what he was doing with a yard or parking garage where people come and park car and pay him. After all the years that he served in government, we don't need to go far away. But look, brother, God will fight the people battle. I know they are there enjoying today, but God will fight the people battle. They think they are doing it and they'll go with impunity. But the God that above, he's the judge for every one of us,
right,
brother. God bless you, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And let me get back to Alex, and let me get back to Alex. And I think He's doing quite fantastic one. Oh. Alex, yeah, I'm back with you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we are getting you. Are you getting me? Somebody just spoke just now. The person got clear. Why are you not talking? Hello?
Wow.
Alex, again, I don't know, but you stay. Alex Johnson. And you and myself will stay have to talk. Yeah, then I will get to the rest of the other people. But let me see here. Hello, how are you doing?
Eddie, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Please go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Mama Guitar. Let me really commend you for the talk show every evening.
Okay.
You know, every community you find in the evening, Eddie, your radio, and your speaker, only some of the community. Let me get me to understand that.
Okay.
Today, one of the rescue missionary high-profile person was instigated today. And the way they spoke, some of the majority of people that really understanding the legislation for Eddie, they understand what's going on. The way in which we listen to somebody rescue missionary, you know, they are disappointed. But Eddie, let me just continue to commend you. Government is not about money. You know, the time we were supporting the former President Josh Manawia, you know, even in our community, people are critical on the government. We should go and take care and sit with the people in the community. Why, my brother, you are so angry? But today, anybody that criticizes the party, they not take you to be a living thing. And you continue to do that, you will just continue to receive a pressure in the black community. Because you have to first make people to understand your level of understanding when we talk about governance. Governance people will criticize you. When they criticize you, you need to do the right thing and don't take the people to be enemy. Eddie, sometimes many of you people are critical of the government for them to do the right thing for that, but sometimes the president will invite you. People understand really President Joseph Mabakai, he really mean well for Nigerians and Liberia. But you know, they kind of eliminate every day, you know, tie your face, you know, like you're not able to do the work, then you take the law. So the old man will tell the law until we reach to the end of the journey. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And just Tape, and you know, the guy at the NSA there's a recording that I have a conversation I had with Stephen Bro, and I wanted to share that, but I will be doing that tomorrow. I will provide a clarity because Stephen Bro was able to tell me the latest guy that they grabbed from the Kofa area, and who they say he's from the Kofa camp, and they torture him and so forth. He was able to state clearly and name of people who are involved in the torture. And there's a guy named he called from the police headquarters, and who was really involved in the torture there. So he called the guy name, and I think we'll be able to talk about it on tomorrow. Yeah, but he also told me in a one Tape, and is not involved. He said he will not lie. Yeah, Tape was telling us, no, you'll leave it. There's nothing the guy is saying that we can implicate him on. So you try to leave him, but yet the other guys chose to have done. So that how they turned it over to the police. It is the police that did the torturing, and not from the NSA angle. That's what the guy said in the recording I will play on tomorrow. So we just let to make records straight. If it is not the NSA, we'll say it. We get nothing personal against anybody. We want to know where all these things coming from, where is it really happening, who is really involved in it. So that's what we do. Thank you. Let me get on to this. And Johnson, how are you doing?
Abby.
Yeah.
How are you, Abby?
I'm fine. Please go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, this is Abby Kale.
Kale, let's hear from you, boss.
This is Abby Kale calling for car factory.
Let's hear from you, please. Abby Kale, let's hear from you.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for your good work. Your program is very, very educated.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you see, being a legal practitioner, Abraham, I want to ask you, most of the lawyers in the country, someone that confuses you already.
No lawyer can confuse you.
Yeah, the lawyer that confusing me in the Republic of Liberia. It's a Jerome Fadio.
No. Leave very I beg you. Leave very
Yeah, well, listen, I'm getting something. For the cover issue.
Yeah, go ahead, but I don't want you to focus on Jerome. Leave him.
When they started at the legislature, they remove all from the cover and cleaning. The majority black. But for the cover for the better information and the Supreme Court, and Jerome Boy is telling order, the court you throw us a court issue. You got Article 4933. So the Supreme Court, you know, I'm not going to do a constitutional matter. Is that what Jerome Boy is telling us? So you are legal manipulating heavy. I want for you to get some all the details. Because Jerome Boy is confusing some of us. It is very important for the Supreme Court to hold the better information. For the cover sent today. Is that what Jerome Boy is telling us as a lawyer? Hey, Eddie. So Jerome Boy, I don't know what kind of lawyer.
No, let leave that man out, please. Hello, how you doing? Don't waste my time on that man. Hello, how you doing? Hello, no.
Good evening, baby.
Yeah, how you doing?
Like, this evening a person so fast. I have to do with the police on it.
What?
I found that.
Did you say that again?
I said this evening a person 4 different times.
Okay. Concerning what?
Yeah. The issue here, one of my nephews is now worried how to do money store. So every evening or morning you can go to work around. He said a car was coming from behind me, so he was asking whether to stop or how he wanted to hold the police car blasting the rats. And I think I said, so I was texting you that why you I was happy to the extent that let's go there, but tomorrow we'll go there. Because the way he said, nothing, I wanted to force, so I wanted to go in so you can maybe to balance, then you just release the guy. I said, you got the guy by.
I didn't quite hear you.
Okay. All right, tell you go there and check it out tomorrow. Let's see how far it goes. Yeah, but anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, just get there tomorrow. Anything? Yeah, then you can give us update on it. But sorry about the incident. Hello, how you doing? Let me get on to this line. Hello? Hello? Is this am I on this? Yeah, I think I'm on it. Yeah. Hello, how you doing? Hello? There should be a beacon, eh? Hello? Abraham Connor. Let's hear from you, please.
Hello?
Please go ahead, boss man. And there's a problem. All right, and there is a problem, and we'll have to solve that problem. All right, so let me get on to the line right here. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good evening, July.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, July, this is the vote of start joining you from Purple.
Yeah.
It's out to be exact in Zimbabwe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, July, you can't make my name, July. Hey, July, that name Gossin Will, and you hear, we did get that name Gossin Will.
Go ahead, Sabu.
Because you're like, can you imagine one listen to you, but each into your life? You read it from my nephew. I get, can you imagine? I get one of my babies, who for call, I'm going to give you the cheese. That meant you're like, that she needs to carry that man home to your life. But right now, you can carry him right now to your life. I can carry you now. Because you don't like, and nobody will tell you that. You don't need rocket science to tell you that Joseph Boga government is very corrupt. This government will go down in history to be one of the best corrupt government in the Republic of Liberia. So like in any government, civilized society, you don't force people with somebody who they don't want, especially when it comes to the front branch of government, that they are the one who is supposed to appropriate everything to your life that will make the citizen life to be better.
You're right.
But in the case, our president, he don't care about oil. Only thing he came to do to enrich himself because, according to him, he said his corner opportunity, it was an old car park. But right now, the engine fresh. The only rule, engine
all
fresh.
Right, Sabu.
Thank
you. Thank you, Sabu Rascal. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you doing? Ebi Konen?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear from you, Chief. Are you not getting me? Okay, let me get you on this medium. And yeah, Ebi, let me hear from you.
Good. Hey, Ebi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Let's hear from you.
Oh, thank you for the show. Thank you for the teaching. The teaching not only for those that are in government now and those that are out of government. Maybe some of us tomorrow we enter government so that we can take your teaching and get in and get out.
I know it.
We can get out again and be looking for petty job.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I can remember when I got one. In 2014, we all went to Mary Place. He carried his whole team there. All was in there. He carried whole team. Yeah. They were eating bought food. They all were eating, and then all was in on the other side, and they were all happy in 2014. That's the time he won those elections. Yeah, it was like a thing there. But to see him going down at this, but he got to survive again, like you regularly say, he got to survive. But let me say, Steve Zago. Hey, man. Brother, they play the put a blame. You were just pressing the person the other day. They play the put a blame, but I don't know. I know the president got right because he appoint you. He can fire you. He can get on the money and fire you. But I don't really know what really you did. You did wrong. Really, I don't know. I don't really know where Steve Zago really did, and he want to put a blame on the caucus. Of course, the caucus will call him, but that politics now. If you stay in that position, you'll be strong, and you'll contest against somebody in 2029 or in the next election.
How you say you part of caucus? You know how many political background?
Exactly. Exactly. So he crying for now, and just the other day he was in the county prison. I know how he call himself prison. He's not touching for prison, but right now he's switching here. Right now he can't see a way in and out. So he crying. So he crying foul. He crying foul. So I hope the people be able to solve this speaker something, so that the country can move forward. Because the country right now is at a standstill. Right now, nothing moving. All that thing where Congress is doing, sending for congressmen here, and saying, it will not help. It will not help. Like you regularly said, we have to get the speakership. It's not one congressman that coming from here will get the speakership. No. So all that thing they're doing, and you talking about the university coming close right now, it'll be all that money that people are spending to our head for just free money. Why you couldn't pay the people? So it'll be where the country is, and that is why the people can be on. We are breaking all the laws, and you come there now, you cannot respect the same law that you said that your predecessors were breaking. It's sad, it'll it's sad. So, but thank you for the show, brother.
All right, thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. And this is where we are, and we are forever grateful to the Almighty God for everything. And with God, all things are possible. El, what are you doing? Yeah, let's hear from you, Chief.
Yeah, thank you for the program this evening. All the best. I think well, all this country so that we live like better and for the election. I think let's have been pushing nothing better. So we hope our leaders will open their ears and their minds to listen to more that crime so that we can change things around. Thank you.
Thanks, boss. The next caller. Hello, how are you doing? The female line, where is it?
Yeah, Abi, good evening.
Yeah, fine. Please go on.
Abi, my name is Ishmael Kamara. I call it on from Painesville.
Yeah, Ishmael, let's listen to you.
Abi, I'm actually constrained to call you tonight. The issue is that I actually feel so much disappointed each time, I think of the way my country is being run, especially under the current leadership. I feel so much disappointed every day, every other day, for the fact that the laws that ought to be, kept well, the laws are being abused by our president. He has to force it. He has to force the legislature to remove their own speaker. Members of the Omicron have to be pursued to their own speaker by this president. So in my mind, those things are issues that are warrant, even if the president impeachment. But then when we find ourselves, I just wanted to say this, when this your information reading is out, I just wanted to urge this president to ensure that our laws can be respected. Please, he has to be able to ensure that talk to a regime speaker to relinquish power. Now, before I can tap the line, I also want to speak to the issue that has to do with never counted by-election. Please, the Malians seem to be able to understand that our country is in an economic situation where we cannot easily handle. And so, by electing another sitting lawmaker would be a waste of time for our country. Because at that point, we are going to be creating another by-election. Do we have the funding? And while we are crying here that the economy is not fine for us, while we are crying that things are not working for us, people are barely surviving. Or public school teachers are threatening to lay down their job. Students are protesting that the teachers are not coming to classes. So, in my mind, I think by this time we should forget about our national, line, forget about our political party line, forget about our tribal line, and think about the country interest first. Meaning, we should not vote people that are the detriment of our country. Even if a dime can be spent for another election in the country, let us save that one to buy medicine for GFK. So we should not re-elect people like Sam Koga. We should maintain a seat and let's find another person to elect in the country so that we can be able to save our money, because those guys are up at the top. They are the only ones that are benefiting from our resources. Those are the president able to buy 2 cars that were $1 million. And how much the government is benefiting? So please, let me be able to listen to some of the things that you're talking on the platform here and learn from it. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. Yeah, we appreciate it. Hello, how are you doing? Hello? Hello, who's there? Let me see. Okay, let me get on this side. Oh, sorry, I'm not seeing the here. Okay, yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, fine. Please go on.
Yeah. My name is Jesus Father. I'm the chairman of the Veteran Assembly, and it's the 6th day after. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
This president is not ready to make things.
Okay. Are you say that? Oh, Jane, sorry. Let me get onto the female line. I just discovered your line. Hello, how you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, Eddie, thank you for that. The Paka, when the 2 count, they drop the over the Cola, when the Cola, the Nicola for the 7, and Joya. You see Joya, you see the development in Joya. But you see the Paka mayor, that's also disturbing him. Nothing I want to do. We just sitting all over. We take job we have to then we put it there now. We take job we have to do, but now you do to me now. Oh, I was trying to die. Nothing else you do. Job we have no pressure that you no pressure. Nothing good. So the thing what you want, but God now want it. That's why we pray. They library. That man will control the library. Stay in now you finish. We will pray for him. Because you won't do anything when anything bad, and I say, hey, I can't want to do the thing about that. I do not about that loud. Oh, long road, any 2029 will borrow. Let you continue to do it. Let God bless you. You and your children.
Thank you, Mama. Amen. Let me get on to this one, and we are certainly fast approaching and getting there. Thank you so much, Mommy. Let me get on to the next caller, 077. This one. Okay, hello?
Yeah, Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, for long time, important to catch the
You get it out today. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Baby, first of all, I really want to come to the session there to meet with you, but I don't know when I did next week. I can try to get there.
What you been trying to get to me for?
Yeah, I want to get to you. But also your talk, you can be talking, I can be enjoying it.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about the economic power they talk you for.
I can really enjoy you talking. These people that you're talking about, they will not do anything. The worker and the people will not do nothing. They force people into power with medicine. The people are medicine, why they will get idea to move forward. The only thing we pray to God, they must be there until they stay here. And we're waiting for the opportunity, and now we pray for long life. When the time reach, we will change the economy to something. Thank you, Evie.
All right. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, we can have those meetings. Yeah, but just that we're running after this whole thing during the course of this week. Hello, how are you doing?
In July.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, I want to say thank you to you for a brilliant topic this evening. But first of all, my name is Peter Sign. I join you from Socio District 4. But what we see now, the way the government carrying themselves, the way they behaving, all their attributes it just resembles one ancient day creature that is called goblin. That creature, see, Joseph Boga government is just a replica of that creature. Because goblin, just do a research on goblin. That creature is very much tricky and deceitful. That creature can do everything to get what it wants. That creature is a consumer of gold coins. It loves gold coins. So if you get a gold coin, it comes for you to try to kill you or to do whatever to get a coin, it will do it. Just do a research on that creature. This is just a replica of a goblin that we get. They are political goblins. They came to loot and pillage our economy. They came to plunder our economy. These are the kind of group we get. So Liberia, we said it before and nobody listened to us. So let's just brace ourselves because more to come. They will do more. Thank you.
Good evening, Evie. Yeah, I'm okay. And thanks for the show this evening. Yeah, and it actually talking a lot of issues, very important, but there is something that really got to my mind or got to me that I want to talk about. It's not saying it too much of anger issue from the let me say UP partisan. You see, that I have one of the official living around my community, and I don't know, he has been moving the community, showing himself, according to them, they are engaging their members, I don't know, whatever. So he decided to have one other boy, and then when he went to the boy house, he said there was a little girl who lived the boy, his girlfriend, and the little girl had on a CBC shirt. So when he started the shirt, he was so angry, shouting, and then he went in his face. He was like, oh, I want to help the guy, but it's a sedition. He's a sedition, and you want me to help him? So he walked with anger and went in your face. So, the people, they have to rush and take all the shirt from the boy, and then they put another clothes on him. The guy and his girlfriend went in your face to beg him that they are not sedition. The child was just wearing the shirt. So, and during the past administration, even this was one that today they don't even speak to us. They used to tell us that have access to our people more than us. They say even though they want to just mention your name on the show, I hate calling his name, but just calling because of this conversation. Cooper pass away. You will be like, you see in my phone, I have more of your official number in my phone. What are you? We have access to your official inside call in and get answer me. But today, they are so angry and bitter as if they didn't win the election. Even though they won the election, but they are angry. They don't even want to see sedition around. I see the one I'm talking about is one of those that are working in our government. And he is also working in his current government. The guy, when moving in the community, sometimes working around the community, from my house, they already show him that I was sedition, so he doesn't even pass in from my house. So when he knows that you are a sedition, when he passing, you have to pass another side and bypass your house. So it's not easy. I mean, they are just angry. They insult on Facebook. Sometimes do some posts that doesn't require insult. They will insult on Facebook. When you call on the show, other shows that mostly they can call. You see, when you call, all of them will be coming for you, insulting you, just to make people shy away from, discussing the ills and the corruption in the government. But I don't have them. Let people be angry, even though they want election, but they are so angry. But I keep it up. We keep telling them the wrong that they are doing in the country. We keep telling Liberian people that they came to rescue themselves, but not free the Liberians. Thank you, Abby, for the show.